every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trashed. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money, and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it.
Because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, not a fucking Fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic Feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't ever talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
First of all, I just want to say I'm alive, and you're all witnesses. Now that I dispatched this piece of fake news, I want to give you an update on Operation War in Line.
Him laughing made me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at this man being fake live.
America and Israel are acting together.
I'm laughing at him saying he's alive.
With great determination and unprecedented strength. It is often said that you can't do revolutions from the air. That is true. You can't do it only from the air. You can do a lot of things from the air, and we're doing, but there has to be a ground component as well. There are many possibilities for this ground component, and I take the liberty of not sharing with you all those possibilities. I think that what has to be done is to have alternative routes. Instead of going through the choke points of the Hormuz Straits and the Bab el-Mandeb Straits, in order to have the flow of oil, just have oil pipelines going west through the Arabian Peninsula, right up to Israel, right up to our Mediterranean ports, and you've just done away with the choke points for forever. These opening remarks with one other fake news, and that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do? Come on. President Trump always makes his decisions on what he thinks is good for America, and may I add, I think what is also good for future generations. Also wrote The Lessons of History, very brief, 100-page book, in which he said, well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan.
Oh my God.
Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Aggression will overcome moderation. So you have no choice. If you look at the world as it is today, you have to be blind not to see that the democracies led by the United States have to reassert their will to defend themselves and to oppose their enemies in time while there's still time, before the jarring gong of danger wakes them up and wakes them up too late. This is where we are now. The fact that people don't see that, the fact that a lot of the news media are harking on a lot of fake news, but also a lot of short-sightedness, and do not see the historic period and the historic struggle that we are engaged in now, doesn't obviate these truths.
Iranian oil, and do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you, but I'm not putting troops, and we will do whatever is necessary to keep the price as low. I actually thought when I did this, look, the Dow just hit 50,000.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Kim.
I'm the favorite Enzo.
I'm Kamal.
And tonight on the new party, we are going to be talking about, is NATO going to be supporting the Iran war? Please make sure you guys do the poll. The poll we have is, should NATO fully support America on Iran? We are starting to see it teeter up and down. First, it was 67% yes. Now it's 58% yes. The no's are slowly going up. So at the start of this week, NATO said we ain't want nothing to do with supporting this. We're going to break down why they first said that. But breaking news, you guys heard it here first. Netanyahu allegedly is still alive. That was a great AI video of the week. Allegedly, I don't know. They say he's alive. They say it's AI. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you think that's AI. But nevertheless, the real breaking news is NATO is now announcing they will be supporting. Let's go.
In the last few minutes is that a joint statement has been released by the UK, also by France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands and Japan. And it's about the Strait of Hormuz. They are condemning in the strongest terms recent attacks by Iran on unarmed commercial vessels in the Gulf, attacks on civilian infrastructure, including oil and gas installations, and the de facto closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iranian forces. The countries go on to say they express their deep concern about the escalating conflict. They call on Iran to cease immediately its threats, laying of mines, drone and missile attacks and other attempts to block the strait to commercial shipping and to comply with UN Security Council Resolution 2817. They say freedom of navigation is a fundamental principle of international law, including under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and the effect of Iran's actions will be felt by people in all parts of the world, especially the most vulnerable. They say that the interference constitutes a threat to international peace and security and call for an immediate, comprehensive moratorium on attacks on civil infrastructure, including oil and gas installations. The countries say they're ready to contribute to appropriate efforts to ensure safe passage through the strait. We welcome the commitment of nations who are engaging in preparatory planning and that they welcome the International Energy Agency's decision to authorise a coordinated release of strategic petroleum reserves and that they'll take other steps to stabilise energy markets, including working with certain producing nations to increase output. They're also going to work to support the most affected, including through the United Nations and IFIs. And then the letter closes with maritime security and freedom of navigation benefit all countries. We call on all states to respect international law and uphold the fundamental principles of international prosperity and security. Also, in the last few minutes, we've heard via the Reuters agency, 3 Israeli generals have told them that Israel's attack on Iran's South Pars gas field was coordinated with the US.
Okay, we're going to pause right there because that's an important piece of this story tonight. Trump kept going back and forth, y'all. Last night, Trump sent out a tweet. He said, we ain't know about it. We ain't got nothing to do with this. We told Israel they need to stop. So all of this started, guys. So we back up. Iran launched retaliatory strikes because initially Israel attacked them. They sent their retaliatory strikes to Qatar, and they hit the South Pars gas fields. And that's how all of this started, okay? This was started because Israel struck them first. They responded, but Trump said, we ain't want no parts of this. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Kim, why is Trump saying something different than what Israel's saying? Why is the backtrack?
Because Trump is the worst person. To answer Netanyahu asked, does anybody think anyone can tell Trump what to do? Yes, Trump is a bitch. They have his balls in their purse. He bends over for them. He's literally doing their bidding. He has an Israel handler. He's doing their fucking bidding because they have multi-billion-dollar deal with Saudi Arabia. So, Jesus Christ, I didn't know NATO had. I'm sorry if I didn't know. Like, I think I've had 2 outbursts. I don't mean to be rude. I thought I was muted when I laughed, and then when I said shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, what is going on? What's going on? I'm like, I don't know what to do. Should I move to Mexico now, or like, oh my God, it would be a huge mistake if NATO gets involved, because Iran was not provoked. Iran literally said they didn't want a fucking war. And here we are. So people are dying. This isn't funny. Trump's a bitch. Oh my God, I'm so upset.
Okay, so Kamal, Monday night, my homie Kelly asked you in the chat, do Black people care about this? NATO said at first they didn't care about this. Let me play this clip for you, Kamal. This is not necessarily have to do with FBA stuff, but this was NATO at the start of the week. This was what NATO was initially saying. Let's go.
The Middle East has nothing to do with NATO and is not a NATO war. That's the message from the office of the German Chancellor. For more on the mood among NATO allies, your News' correspondent Shona Murray sent us this update.
Well, good morning, Maeve. And just as we thought the turmoil from last January when Donald Trump said he wanted to take over Greenland was coming to an end, Donald Trump, it appears, is trying to draw NATO into his war with Iran, with comments at the weekend saying that NATO would face a very bad future if it doesn't support Donald Trump and help sort out the situation with the Strait of Hormuz. I caught up with the Finnish Foreign Affairs Minister, Elina Valtonen, and I asked her about this prospect.
NATO, first and foremost, its purpose is, as the North Atlantic Treaty says, for the North Atlantic security, and therefore that's our top priority. And also, NATO is a defensive alliance in any case. But having said all this, of course, we will be closely scrutinizing together with our partners and allies, so both in NATO but also in the European Union, whether there are ways in which we can help to both have the Strait of Hormuz open up, but also to make it secure going forward as well.
NATO is a defensive alliance, not an offensive alliance, so therefore it can't be dragged into a war of the United States and Israel's making. Is that what you're saying?
NATO is indeed a defensive alliance, and we won't be dragged into any war of choice. But having said all this, we, of course, have a collective interest, and I should say not only within NATO, but as the world, to have the oil flowing and also the situation to de-escalate. And that is certainly something we are calling for.
Okay, so what's then the EU and I guess NATO, but let's say European response going to be to try to help reopen and keep open the Strait of Hormuz, given the impact it's having on the global economy and oil prices?
Yeah, so, today in Brussels, but also in the upcoming days, we will be discussing this with our closest partners and allies, so both within the European Union and in NATO, whether there should be some sort of an operation.
All right, come on. Gas, oil prices spiked $119 per barrel due to fears of supply disruption. 20% of the world's oil supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Do you now think Black people shouldn't care about this? What do you think?
I'll say this. I say that most Black Americans don't give a fuck about this. I'm sorry. You feel me? Now, I'm one of the Black Americans that do care about the shit. You feel me? Because that gas is high as hell. The shit almost $6 over here in Dago. God damn. It is crazy. But to be honest, yeah, most Black folks, hell, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most Americans probably ain't paying attention to this shit. You know why? Because they gotta go to a fucking job. They don't pay enough to pay their fucking rent. They know that gas is going up, and they're like, I don't really know why, but shit, what the hell's going on? They can't pay attention to the shit. A lot of Americans got kids where daycare is like $1,000 a fucking every 2 weeks. So I think most Americans, like,
that's true.
They ain't really caring because they can't care. You feel what I'm saying? But for damn sure, a lot of Black Americans, and I be in these TikTok spaces and shit like that, we not talking about the Iran war and shit like that. Cause we already going to war in America, goddammit. We've been in war for the fucking longest. You feel me? But some of us do, we care because we know that certain things is happening to bring up gas prices and shit, which is gonna bring up food prices. So I say some of us care, but a lot of us, we're not really caring about this because we have other things on our mind. You feel what I'm saying? So
all right. Well, that's you bring up some good points. This is what Trump said about NATO.
The NATO allies agreed with us, but they don't want to, despite the fact that we help them so much. We have thousands of soldiers in different countries all over the world, and they don't want to help us, which is amazing. I mean, amazing. And I didn't do a full court press because I think if I did, they probably would be. But we don't need help. That war has been long prosecuted, as far as I'm concerned, almost from day one. We knocked out many of these things. We knocked out the Navy essentially in a couple of days. But I was surprised to see that NATO, while they agreed that it was a very important thing to do, they agree fully. Nobody said, oh, you shouldn't do it. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month of when we had the B-2 bombers bomb the nuclear potential. I call it the nuclear dust. So I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test.
So, Enzo, backstage of the show, I said to you, hey, you know, at first I was going to say NATO's not helping. I have breaking news that they are going to be helping now. They see the importance. I said, oh, that's a win. You said, no, it's not. So tell me why it's not a win.
So this is something that I've been holding on to way before I was a Trump supporter, way before I was a voter entirely, back in my teens, because I am somebody that pays attention to history, understands why NATO was created. It was to deter the Soviets. The Soviets collapsed in 91. There's no reason to have NATO anymore. NATO has done nothing for the United States, has not helped out the United States in any significant way, where we have gone out of our way to help NATO in every little conflict that they put themselves in. The biggest one would be Serbia, Kosovo, where NATO troops basically did fuck all, and the United States did the entire bombardment while they just sat there. And the global war on terror, they really brought nothing to the fucking table there either. They tried to condemn us with the United Nations in 2003 for going into Iraq. No, they don't bring anything to the table. And now that they want to save face, to come into this to protect their own assets at the end of the day, and all Donald Trump said was, hey, you want this oil to flow out of the straits, escort your ships. That's it. And the majority of it is because of Europe, because they've been overrun by the Muslim population. They don't want to piss people off and have attacks happen in their country. That's basically what this all just runs down to. It's just saving face, because now Donald Trump tested them. I'm glad he tested them. And I still want him to pull us out of NATO altogether. And at this point, I wouldn't mind watching Russia go all the way to the gates of fucking Britain at this point. Let him fucking do it. Because without NATO, Europe is nothing. Europe will fall in weeks. I don't like Europe. I don't like the European countries at all. I think they're selfless. I think that this alliance that we put ourselves in with them has not benefited us in the slightest. And they need to understand that. When we're the biggest contributor to NATO, our troops are the biggest contributing force to NATO. When we say jump, you say how high at that point. We're the ones paying for all of your militaries. Everybody, they should get in fucking line. Or get out. That's it.
Gray, Joe Kent resigned this week. He is Green Beret. Thank you for your service again. I can never say that enough. I will say that every day to service members. I actually had someone that served 22 years, and every day I told him when we were together, thank you for your service. But I mean, this week, poor Joe, he's been under attack. This is what he had to say, and I want to get your thoughts on what he had to say as well.
Iran on the verge of getting a nuclear weapon?
No, they weren't, 3 weeks ago when this started, and they weren't in June either. I mean, the Iranians have had a religious ruling, a fatwa, against actually developing a nuclear weapon since 2004. That's been in place since 2004. That's available in the public sphere. But then also we had no intelligence to indicate that fatwa was being disobeyed or it was on the cusp of being lifted. The Iranian strategy, it's actually pretty pragmatic. The Iranians are obviously aware of what's taking place in their region, and their strategy was to not completely abandon their nuclear program, because they saw what happened to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya when he said, hey, I've got no more nukes. I'll do what you say. I'll give up my nukes.
And we gave him the Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah, we regime changed him, and he was executed by his own people in the most horrific way.
Oh, sodomized by a bayonet. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the lesson I think that the entire region took from that when Hillary Clinton.
Unfortunately, that is what the neocon, neoliberal warmongers, that's the lesson that they showed everyone in the region. And then conversely, the Iranians also knew that if they came out and said, okay, we've got a nuke, whether they were bluffing or not, Saddam Hussein, Iraq right next door. So they kind of had
this. And he hung, I think.
He was hung by his own people, after a bloody, war that's still essentially going on inside of Iraq. So the Iranians' position, when viewed from the lens of the region, was actually fairly pragmatic. They were preventing, themselves from developing a bomb, but they still wanted the ability. They wanted the ability to enrich. They wanted the ability to have some components so that they weren't completely stripped of it. And when we always assessed that they were either several months or a year, 2 years away from actually being able to develop a nuclear weapon. And that's not because the Iranians are stupid people. I think we can tell right now that the Iranians are anything but stupid. They had the ability, I think, that the brain power to actually develop one, or
So, Gray, some reports that I heard, they were 9 years away from developing one. You served in the Middle East. Did you see any of our NATO allies there? What's your thoughts on all of the things you've heard tonight? Do you think we should get out of NATO? Do you think, based on what you're hearing, that we should have went into Iran? As someone that actually served in Iraq, what's your thoughts?
I saw some NATO allies there, and you see the Air Force, you see the Marines, you see different people. But as far as the nuclear stuff, Netanyahu himself came out and said that there was no enriched materials for a nuclear nuke. So he himself comes out and says this right after Joe Kent comes out. Joe Kent gets investigated by the FBI right after he says this stuff about Iran. And to your point about what's going on with NATO, Trump is blaming Israel right now for I'm pretty sure you're gonna play the tweet, but he's blaming Israel right now. So
you can read it. You have it?
No, I don't have it, but I'm just saying that it seems to be unanimous. Even Trump himself is being critical of Israel. So it seems to be like Trump's trying to find an off-ramp in this Iran war.
Yeah, I have the video of what he said. I'll play that now, and you can continue on with your response if you like. 1 second.
Yeah, I had something too. To the
Sure, 1 second. Let me play the Trump what he said about Netanyahu today.
You talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields.
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. We do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
And the last one, if I
Okay, go ahead, Enzo. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. The entire thing with Joe Kent, like, thank you for your service, Joe Kent. You serve this nation where other people wouldn't. That's great. My thing is with Joe Kent, the internet is forever. You can't say something on the internet less than this one 6 years ago now, and then a couple of the other ones that I read are less than a year ago, 2 years ago. This one I just love. The war with Iran, the war with Iran talk is very black and white in a gray world. Iran has been at war with the United States since 1979. The killing of Soleimani is the first decisive act we've taken against the Iranian terror since the 1980s. All I got to say is this. We know his wife was in with Code Pink and a few other of NGOs. And the first thing you do is, once you resign and start blaming Israel for this entire attack, is run to Tucker Carlson. Qatar Tuckerson. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, it's interesting to me, Enzo. Tucker Carlson was like worshipped by the right for years. Come on, am I lying? 4 years. He talked down on black people. He said all sorts of crazy stuff. And all of a sudden now the right doesn't like him. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm happy that the Nick Fuentes is the Tucker Carlson, the Candace Owens, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Megyn Kellys, the over dramatic Trump supporters that will go down with the ship with Trump is finally being exposed for who they really are. My thing is this: if you're over eccentric about somebody that you make it your entire personality, like you're fake. That's not really who you are. You're doing it for your benefit. Nick was to gain prominence. Tucker was to get his own to get out of his own shadow after being fucking canned by Fox. Marjorie Taylor Greene to get fucking benefits for life for being in Congress. Like I could go through the list of these people. Candace,
I never liked Candace Owens. I could not stand her. But what I'm saying is, when she was dogging out black people, when she was saying all sorts of bullshit, and Kamal, me, Ray, we were on the side of, we knew she was full of it. People loved her. They loved when she was saying all the black hateful stuff. That's all I'm saying. It's interesting to me.
My thing is this: these people, I've never liked them. I like certain points that they've said it at one point, but I was never like, oh my god, these are the real Trump supporters. These are the real MAGA supporters. Blah 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 blah. Like these people are great. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut at least once. They said something that jived with somebody, and I think honestly, it's not that people are just abandoning ship because certain things that they're saying. I think people are just finally waking up to the bullshit that they're saying the same exact way people are waking up to the bullshit that the Democrats are saying. It goes both ways.
So you just think it's it's the extreme sides people are getting sick of, basically.
Yeah. Like they were the over eccentric and in my eyes, like I said, people, they look fake to me. They're not genuine in my eyes.
I'm gonna play the.
Have y'all heard the latest on Megyn Kelly? What she been talking about?
What happened to Megyn Kelly?
So she out here talking about her ex having a micro penis.
Megyn Kelly, the journalist.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
no, I ain't hear that.
Desperation.
Go ahead and play the clip, Gray. We're gonna switch gears. We're gonna have fun after this. We'll wrap up the NATO talk or the Iran talk. I'm over it.
Now blaming Israel for hitting the South Pars gas field in Iran and says that Israel, out of anger, hit South Pars and the US knew nothing about it. He then goes on to say no more attacks will be made by Israel targeting South Pars unless Iran once again attacks Qatar. In which case the United States will intervene and with or without the help of Israel will destroy the entirety of the South Pars gas field in Iran. And that Trump does not want to do this but will be forced to do so if Iran once again hits Qatar's LNG facilities. Iran, for context, hit the largest LNG export facility on earth in Qatar yesterday in retaliation of their South Pars gas field being hit, which spooked energy markets. Oil immediately hit above 100 and Donald Trump backed off. However, according to Israeli journalist Barak Ravid of Axios, he says that Donald Trump is lying, where he says, contrary to Trump's statement, senior Israeli and U.S. officials said that the United States had prior knowledge of the Israeli strike and even approved it in an attempt to pressure Iran. And after Iran retaliated by hitting Qatar's gas field, Trump is now backing off.
All right. Okay, guys, we're going to switch gears. We're going to have some fun. Piers Morgan rage quits during interview with Manosphere content creator HSTikkyTokky. This was Gray's favorite one in the docuseries. He said it was his favorite guy. HSTikkyTokky was his man, y'all. So here we go. Here's the rage quitting, and we're going to have fun because, they're going in on old Piers today. Here we go.
Why you don't think disowning a child for being gay is homophobic?
What I do with my children is up to me. What I do with my children is up to me.
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
I don't agree with you going to Epstein's Island and having freak-offs with Ghislaine Maxwell and the rest of them. But I don't need to bring it up because this is about misogyny
just to be clear,
and everything like this.
Harrison,
okay?
Harrison,
I don't agree with that,
just
sir.
To be clear, just to be
freak
clear,
offs on the island.
Yes, nor do I. And as is a
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Do you want to keep doing this? You'll make yourself look very stupid.
Are you sure, Piers?
That I've never been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. I'm 100% positive. I never met the man. Never went to his island. I met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch. If you've got any supplementary,
mentioned a lot of times.
No
mentioned
problem.
a lot of times in there, sir.
I have no problem. You're not. I don't think. If I say this very respectfully, I don't think you're very well informed about things like that, or you wouldn't go there because it's.
Why are you in the files?
Why don't you check the 27 references to me in the files?
Why are you in the files, sir? Very close to these types of people.
Go and check. And all your followers, you can. The great thing about the Epstein files, you can put somebody's name in, and you
like
see
to compare me to Tate and Myron and everyone else. So
Harrison,
because my name is close to them in the manosphere. But if I compare you to Epstein and Maxwell, you have a clear problem with it, sir. You compare me to Myron and all the others in this homophobic, misogynistic, whatever world. I'm comparing you to Epstein then because you're in his files.
Harrison,
exactly. You're
making yourself look an even bigger idiot than you did on the Netflix show.
Oh, really? Really? Yes. To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who is cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that shagged your wife while you are on holiday. Okay? We can all have a push and a shove, sir. Let's go back to talking about the documentary and less of the homophobia.
Do you know what? Here's what I think about you. I watched the documentary. I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp. who got exposed in a global way by Netflix, by Louis Theroux, for what you are. You're a little half-wit, and you'll make your little followers
Don't get
have
rattled.
a little laugh
Don't get
and everything
rattled.
else. But I don't see any
Don't
point
get rattled.
wasting. There's no point me wasting my time talking to you. Is there? What's the point?
Exactly. No. Do you know what? Let's chill it down then, because what I just said. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and one up each other.
I don't
Just
care
talk
about
to
your
me
silly
normally.
insults.
Talk to me normally. Talk to me normally.
I don't care about your silly insults.
But what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What I said is facts. I have a picture of it. I can flip it around and show you right now.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. A 2-year-old. Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
all right,
who's this? Applications are open.
All right, let's just
That's your ting, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Oh, what a little bitch.
Okay, Kimberly, I'm gonna let you go first, but do you want to see the picture that he showed?
Yeah, show me the real picture. I don't know who that guy is.
Picture.
I don't know who that guy is, but he's very like cool, calm, collected. Pool boy wanted, no experience. Yeah, I mean, what do you got to say to that, Piers? I looked into it after, and apparently it's true. She really did post that. That's real. I don't know what the Netflix docuseries is about.
Oh, you missed it. You weren't here because you were sick. You missed it. You got to go back and watch our episode. Well, they made us. They strike that we couldn't keep the clips up. But if you guys will watch, this is why you guys got to check the live show out, because sometimes YouTube strikes us. And on the live show, you would have got to see the clips of the show. But anyways, now you got to go watch it on Netflix. So
I come out in a docuseries tomorrow on Univision, if you guys want to watch that.
Oh, nice. Is it in English or Spanish?
Spanish.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Back to the Piers Morgan. He looks like a cuck. And I like to see, for all the dumb shit Piers has said, I'd never seen him this uncomfortable. It was nice to see. I was basking in it. I was like, oh, somebody got this bitch good. I hope they never let up. I hope they always bring this up to him, because Piers Morgan is a bitch. He's right sometimes. He's not always wrong.
Yeah.
Broken clock is right twice a day, but oh man, he deserved that. He had it a long time coming, because he does this where he likes to call people in and try to like bait click them and like gotcha and this and that without letting them know, and then he pisses them off, but then when he gets it back, he can't take it. So if you can't take it, then don't get out the fucking kitchen. Don't do it to other people.
Yeah, and TikkyTokky, he put more stuff out. Let me play the rest of what he put out about Piers.
Is that not your ting? One thing led to another, and whoops, in bed with Rupert. That's your baby mum. That's your wife. And you're talking about masculinity. I'd be a misogynist if I was you. I'd hate women if that got done to me, mate. You're a victim, lad. Let's see what else. Look at the tanned, muscular man. That's why you took offense to me, Piers. That's why you were upset. Look at the tanned, muscular man. Look, when the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Hashtag you missed the spot. Hashtag not an object. Hashtag but I want to be. That is your baby mother, bro. And you dare even show your face on the internet and speak like you're holier than thou. You are an absolute goof. An absolute goof.
That's a good point.
Reading Lenny's brilliant memoir and thinking back to a sunny Saturday in Paris, he'd taken a 3-year vow of abstinence at the time. Shame. Hashtag let lovers rule. Are you right? You did.
Down.
You absolute did. Don't ever chat to me again, okay? Mic drop, low blow, disqualification.
That's right.
Don't cry, okay? Your wife's watching this as well, bro. Like, you are a victim. I dare not DM her. I dare not go there with you, okay? I want an apology video in 24 hours. Otherwise, your missus is going to be on a flight out here quicker than you can fucking say.
Funny.
Cuck.
Cuck. He's down. I've never seen a guy like that.
Where is the sound? Yeah, come on. Where is the sound effect? Like,
down.
Come on, never say I never give you gifts. And this is just the beginning, guys. I have an exclusive.
You should have been
video
nice,
from Myron
Pierce.
Gaines.
You should have been nice. You shouldn't have been like a bitch with everybody all the time. You had it was a long time coming. I didn't even know this.
A long time.
Funny. Who is that guy? What does he do? He's just like an influencer.
This is her pool. Oh yeah, his name is HSTikkyTokky. He was part of the Manosphere. He's very young. He's like 23. He's biracial. He's British. He was involved in some sort of homicide scandal. He killed someone with a car. So he's not a very nice guy. He brags about how he traffics women through videos, and he's like a Andrew Tate Jr.
I will give him this though. He be whooping pedos asses though over there. He do like the what's the dude name? Chris Hansen.
They do like they catch. So they stage. So he lives in England, Spain right now. So they stage catching predators. So they'll have weirdo men they'll jump weirdo men. They beat them up.
Oh well.
They put belt to ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wow, that's a lot for me to take in all at once. I didn't know. I don't know. Is the Manosphere a podcast? Forgive my naivete.
What? So I'll let Enzo explain what the Manosphere is. Enzo, what's the Manosphere?
Gay men who try to sexualize women, who think that by picking up as much women as possible and trafficking them online, by being quote unquote OnlyFans model managers, makes them hard, and that they know they know better, and they sell courses to show you how to become rich, but they're really just broke and just flaunting what they have, and that's all they have, and they lease their cars and lie to people.
So it's just like a movement, like the Andrew Tate movement.
Yes, it's Andrew Tate.
That's basically what it is.
Okay,
Correct.
just not okay. I thought it was.
They're all just losers.
Because he kept saying, well, I mean, yeah, because he kept saying the Manosphere. It sounded like he was referring to something specific, but it's more like
it's that whole community, the Andrews, the Myrons, whatever the fuck that thing was that's on the screen.
HSTikkyTokky. We're gonna play. I'm gonna play Casper next. But this was Myron. Myron was supposed to be on it like literally 5 minutes before, and this is what he had to say. And this is, I don't know if you know Myron, Kim, but here you go.
A interview with Piers Morgan. It's supposed to be me, Piers, and HSTikkyTokky, HS. But what happened was, as I was sitting there waiting in the fucking Zoom lobby, right? We're supposed to go at 2:00 Eastern. He gets into this exchange with HS, and HS mentions his wife. For those of you that are not aware, Piers Morgan's wife is there's some problems there. Okay, here she is right here. We've talked about this before. Here she is with him. Her name is Celia Walden, and here she is in this picture here. Posted a snap on Instagram with the caption, "When the husband is away, Mr. Suds comes to play," which is fucking insane to post on Instagram. It just pissed Pierce off. And he just said, "I'm done." Bro was pissed off, man, really mad. And I was like, what the fuck? I wake up to do this shit, right? And bro just rage quits. I'm on the fucking Zoom call, laughing my ass off as him and the HS are going back and forth. And this started because they were arguing. He was trying to say that HS was a homophobe. That's what he was. That's how this argument kind of started. He was saying you're a homophobe, blah blah blah, trying to get him on that.
2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away.
Okay, Gray. As a father of kids, what's your thoughts? Do you think Piers should dictate to HSTikkyTokky to not want his kids to be homophobic? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, in the documentary that we watched, they talked about how the guy's father wasn't there. He said that it was issues with his father not being there. So that may be something that needs to be addressed. He needs a man to say, "Hey, you're not supposed to act like this." Do I think Piers probably should have did that off camera? Like, "Hey, you shouldn't do this," because bringing a man baby mama into something, that's a low blow. So if it was my old lady, even if she did it, that's between me and her. We can handle
Would you
that.
walk away? Would you have walked off set if he did that to you? Or would you have stayed and duked it out with him?
I would have loved to put money on his head. I would have said, hey, I got a bag on, old buddy. Go ahead and handle that. But I wouldn't have got my own hands dirty. I would have stayed there, held my pride, and be like, hey, man, let's just keep it professional. And then I would have handled it later on. If that was
Pierce wasn't being professional.
No, yeah, I have more clips to play for him, but keep going. Go ahead, Kamal.
I'm gonna just say allegedly for Gray. We don't.
Allegedly, this is entertainment purposes.
Is there a button for that?
There's a rumor that
sound.
Yeah, allegedly. There's a rumor that Piers Morgan's friends with his father, who was a rugby player.
He did say that earlier. I watched a bigger clip of it. He said he was friends with his father, and Piers wasn't being professional. Piers kept saying, well, your mom raised you. Why are you like that? Your mom says she's against homophobia. Why are you against it? And so he was asking for it. And honestly, he got it so good. He deserved it. And he had it a long time coming because Piers is a bitch. But
yeah, so he's been attacking these people, guys. I gotta show back how he has been. He was pretty nasty to one of Enzo's least favorite people. Let's watch.
Been amended 27 times.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my! This is not rigorous intellectually. This is very.
Just
disrespectful to him too.
Theology. Okay, but it's fine. Where were we? We're talking about Trump, and somehow we got into
Trump.
You're white knighting for women's rights.
On Trump. Well, I think women should have the same rights as you and I. You don't. That's fine.
Put on the pink hat, bro. Put on the pink hat. We're waiting.
What's the pink hat for?
For the march, for the women's march. Are we going to see you at the women's march protesting for women's rights and all that?
I think women should have equal rights to men. Period.
You carry tampons in case your female friends get a period or something? It's crazy.
I'd have no problem giving a female friend a tampon, would you? I don't suppose you've ever seen a tampon, have you?
Gross. Absolutely not.
Never seen
You think tampons are gross?
Yeah, they're filled with period blood. Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Wow.
Are you into that? You like that? You
have you ever seen
a lot of tampons?
I don't think you've ever seen it, have you?
I've seen them. I've seen them before.
You've been that close to a woman? Really?
No, I've seen them. Look, I used to live with women, so I've seen them around the house.
I bet you've seen videos, haven't you?
What? What are we doing here, Piers?
Enzo, what do you think about how he treated Nick? Was he too harsh or not harsh enough?
Not harsh enough. Come on, that was easy. Like what? I love how uncomfortable Nick got once they started talking about women and him asking him, have you ever seen him? When he goes like, I lived around him, so I seen him. Like what kind of answer is that? Like, come on. I would have ripped into Nick if I was on there with that. That would be fucking hilarious. No, Piers, listen, Piers show. I'm not the biggest fan of Piers, but I like certain segments that he does. I like Tyrus, to be honest with you. When Tyrus goes on there, it's fun. And then when my favorite was when Harry and fucking Parker were on there and they ripped into them. That was fun. That's the only time I really like watching them is when people that I know are on there. But it's literally just like, yeah, it's a Jerry Springer-esque political show. That's all it is. It's not really any substance. It's just like, hey, we're going to literally just try to get under your skin and talk politics kind of at the same time. That's basically what that is to me.
Hey, Enzo, you on to something, because Jerry Springer was a European-ass motherfucker, too. He wasn't from the States.
Was?
Yeah.
He was from
I
Europe.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Either him or his parents. He not from the States like that.
Well, he was the mayor before. And fun fact, he lived in my city.
Oh, wow.
He was the mayor before he became Jerry Springer, like the show.
I miss his show. I'm not going to lie. This shit was fun.
Oh, she's right. He was born in London.
There you go. Where Jerry Springer was born in London, right?
Yeah, he's European. You're right.
Yeah, I got a bunch of random ass facts in my head.
Jerry and Maury. Those when TV was good.
Jerry, Maury. Well, speaking
I
of
will
good
say
TV,
that the Pierce show does have a lot of substance. I do really appreciate. I think
I like
really
his show.
Bringing on. I do like his show.
Loud voices.
I don't watch it like that. I'm gonna be honest. So
I've been subscribed to his show for a long time, and I really do appreciate all the work he does. When I say he's a bitch, I mean he is really catty. He clickbaits. He does that to people. He'll invite you in. He'll clickbait you. He does it for views. Right. So I'm not saying he's a bad person. I don't agree.
I like that he gives different people voices, and now that when he brought Nick on, then it's like you gave everybody a voice. And I think that that's so important.
I think it's important too, because I'm like a free speech absolutist, 100%. So I agree with him on a lot. I can appreciate a lot of the things that he says, but I will say he did deserve it. It's been a long time coming, because he does this where he calls people in and he tries to like get them right without warning, and he does it for views, which, you know, it works. He has a lot of viewers, but I mean I didn't know
this is what he did to Clavicular, the looks maxing guy. He totally tried to embarrass him.
Yeah, I didn't know that about his wife.
Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house.
For sure.
Yes.
Get your affairs
It sounds a
together.
bit misogynist.
Yes.
Can't you
Sorry.
give women a bit more of a break? I mean, to study them in such extraordinarily pedantic detail, overanalyzing every inch of their aesthetics, and if they don't reach your high levels of maxing, then they must be rubbished.
Give women a break. I mean, women won't even look at a man who's under 6 foot as a human in a lot of cases. Like, what are we talking about? They are the most fucking brutal gender, and this is the most brutal dating market that we've ever been in. So for you to sit here and tell me that I'm being too mean or I'm not being gentlemanly, it's just a little bit silly. We just have to look on the other side of the aisle to see what's going on, and I think you'll find me pretty justified.
If your theory is right, that transmaxing is the only route to happiness, how is Donald Trump the most powerful and successful person in the world?
Well, because he's very tall, he's got a good phenotype. A lot of the looks features of Donald Trump, like his facial width to height ratio, are favorable, and there's a lot of traits that are sort of universal in presidential campaigns, or presidential candidates rather, like that of their height. You really never see short presidential candidates do well. So this is still all about aesthetics, right? He still fits within the categories that I'm talking about.
So your position is that Donald Trump is a looks maxing example and Sydney Sweeney is not?
First of all, I just said that Donald Trump has a lot of the traits that make someone do well in a presidential campaign.
Well, but you were actually.
But you asked why he's the most
about his looks.
You see Piers.
Well, you just asked why he's
Yes, he's
the most
talking in
powerful
circles.
person in the world, and I'm simply telling you it's because he's 6'3".
That's why I say they're gay.
He's got a super wide facial width to height ratio, and these are things that have been researched.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being gay. You'll never hear that come out of my mouth.
I love that. I'm just messing.
Listen, you be gay, do your thing. That's what you want to do. That's who you love. That's fine. Do your thing. I've always been like that.
Love that.
Well, we'll move on. That was the looks maxing, all of that. This is the final topic of the night. So while we're on the Manosphere, Myron Gaines is pretty pissed off. He's having a meltdown. He's angry. Shout out to Bernsey. He's a fan of ours. He's actually one of Myron's fans as well, one of his big, big fans. And he checks and watches all our videos. So Bernsey, this is for you. I told you I'd cover it. So here we go. This is Myron crashing out, angry about the docuseries. This is what he had to say.
Tough, you know. You've backtracked on that already. Some people in this.
No, wait, that's not the one I want to play. One
That's
second. That's the one where he's like basically he filmed. I'll show it to you later.
Knew they were gonna do this bullshit. So we're just exposing them for what they are. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use this footage, but now we're using it. That's not fair to them. I signed up for it, they didn't. So that's really what it is. I think it's a very reasonable request. And I'm telling them, cut her out. You guys can get content with me. Cut her out though, for her safety.
I think the danger is that it looks like in a film where we're documenting the masculinity movement and asking questions about whether it's damaging or abusive, right? Asking questions about how appropriate it is in relation to women, then we can't allow someone, the appearance of someone silencing a woman. Like the idea.
silencing a woman, right? I'm not silencing a woman. I'm counting the lies. She doesn't want to be in the documentary. I can show you the text message or call her on three-way and let you hear it yourself. She does not want to be in the documentary whatsoever.
But Angie's on your stream, Myron.
She's not. She hasn't been on my streams in months. She has not been on my content for.
They still are. Anyone can easily find her on.
That's fine, but she hasn't been on my streams for months, and there's a reason for that. It's not about silencing her. She doesn't want to be in the documentary. I'd be happy to call her right now if you want.
Let me talk to the team and call you back.
Oh yeah, it was never about protecting Angie. It was just about trying to get content to try to get a gotcha, and they couldn't even get the gotcha. I told them I'm not doing shit unless you guys remove Angie from the thing. That's what they tell me. Basically, it's hard to hear. So you guys won't use it. I say that, right? And he goes, and I say that Angie scene. You won't use it.
Let's have a good show then.
I'll accept Louis on camera saying, look, we're gonna keep her out of the documentary and do our best to do it. I'll accept that. And he's not even guaranteeing it on camera. All he's saying is we're gonna try and do our best. So if it does come out in a certain way, we can go from there.
Well, I'm not quite sure what that means. Like I would want to. I mean,
yo, comedy, bro. Look at that.
Kind of giving you a guarantee, or I'm not.
No, I don't. I'm telling you. I'm explicitly saying I don't need a guarantee. What I'm saying is I just need Louis on camera saying, look, we're gonna work to keep Angie out. We're gonna do our best, and that's basically it. I stick to my word. So having Angie in the documentary is more important than getting the overall content.
Well, we're not guaranteeing that will be it. We can't right now, standing here in Miami at 1 in the morning. We can't give you that assurance.
I just need Louis on the thing to say I'm gonna work my best to keep her out of it. And just so you guys know, I knew they wouldn't be able to give that assurance, and I wanted to make sure, just so you guys see how much a piece of shit these guys are. They'd rather get the content and put somebody in a weird situation, a female, than get content to like actually properly do a documentary on somebody.
That's just something we can't on camera or anything. So
okay. And this goes to show the hypocrisy of the left, right? It's all about humanity until money's involved. The fact that he wouldn't even put skin in the game to say, look, I'm going to work towards not putting her in the documentary tells you guys what type of individual this guy is. And that's fine because we have everything on video. Ask them politely, look guys, can you remove this part of the documentary? You guys still have hours of content. And honestly, there's nothing here that is relevant of artistic value. Like she was saying just good things about me, right?
Gray, after everything that you know about Myron and in watching the documentary, do you think removing her part would have hurt, changed your opinion on Myron, the documentary? What do you think? Like removing her scene?
I don't necessarily know about the scene. I think I'll talk about a personal relationship. I feel like Myron doesn't have any control in his relationship, so he has to go to these extremes of jumping out through these hoops to try to have. I don't know why he didn't want her in the documentary, but that Clavicle guy had a valid point that women are harsh, women are superficial. So like, I'm
well, what you worry about, boy? You over 6'3", so you ain't got no problems.
But that's what I'm about to say with Myron, that if you could have some swag or some charisma, because he asked him, why do people like Trump? Trump is funny. Most people like people who's funny. Trump is charismatic. True. Trump is witty. So like he's able to trick on a lot of people because of his personality. Myron doesn't have those traits. So Myron has to go through these aggressive tactics and go to the production team and say, hey, don't put her in there, this, and that. If she wasn't going to be in there, she'll say, hey, I'm having this going on. Don't come over here. Or just like, okay, whatever, she's in there. But I felt like her being in there and not agreeing with the throuple thing made Myron look weak, and that's a part of what he was upset about.
Well, I have 2 exclusive videos from her. This is my present to Kamal. It's a late birthday present. This is what she had to say about the docuseries. This is clip number 1. She said that she's thankful for it. Let me play it. It's really fast.
I really think in a weird way I have to thank Louis Theroux because somehow his questions kind of like made me question myself and the future of everything. And that is something that I truly hadn't done before. Not like deeply like I did after that. and part of it was he's doing. So there is.
Kamal, do you think now is it all making sense why he was so upset? Or do you think that this was an aftermath of her being in it? Well, just so you guys know, they filmed this documentary in March, and in June, he announced that him and her were separated. What's your thoughts?
I mean, this shit making more sense why they are separated. You feel me? And this is just a bad look for Myron. Piss drinking warrior games. God damn, bro, you looking like them dweebs you be talking about. Your woman need to be in check. All that shit he be saying. What? It's okay. Go ride on your camel somewhere and go to who you really want to be in, the arms of a white man. You be all right, bruh. Nigga don't even like women. He like white men. I've seen him in more beds with more white men than any other motherfucking race or gender ever. Pull up the pictures. That's the first time I've seen him with a woman.
I'm about to play it while you talking.
That's the first time I've seen him next to a woman. Every other picture, he with a white man close to his crotch.
He's a relationship expert?
Yes.
Yeah. He be trying to give relationship advice. You feel me?
By the way, I met Myron. He was the nicest guy. Myron, I don't agree with any of this because I know Burnsy might show you because I'm trying to get your brother on. If your brother comes on, Myron, we will be nice to him. I promise you.
I'm so lost. They took off the clip where they broke up?
Well, okay, I'll play. Since Kim's lost, we'll pause it. We'll play the rest of this video. We'll pause it. And then we're going to get Enzo in here too because Enzo watched it with us last week. This is the clip. This is the clip. This is the full thing.
You've backtracked on that already? Some people in this backtracked on that already?
No. Yeah, it's so funny.
No, it's just that I think
Bro, why are your pants so
the way I
tight?
see it is that
They are even tighter in person. But Myron, I still like you. They're tighter in person though.
When we started, where he was seeing other girls and kind of like taking seriously, kind of not. And I think if that ever comes to reality, it will have to be some special girls that we have to be in some sort of connection. We accept everything, and we are like in the same.
Yeah, she would need to. We've talked about
like
this.
a threesome.
She would need to get it like the other girl.
Correct.
This
is the thing, y'all. I don't think this girl ever thought about this before that day. I do believe that. I think she never thought about it until this white British man then came up in her face and said, "This sounds crazy," because he got a lot of yes people probably around him. And yeah,
I would make a point that they would get along because I don't think that would be a headache for me.
No, they say about polygamy that number one is that the two wives are closer than they are to the husband.
Yes, that's so important. That's very, very important.
But even then, I think it's hard.
No, and everything will have to be equal in order to work, I guess. So I don't know.
He's saying this shit while holding her dog. Like,
if that ever happens,
this nigga dumb.
I don't see happening right now because he wants too much. He barely has time for me, so I don't know. I don't see him doing it, honestly. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, the thing I wanted to really, the thing also I wanted to like really highlight is that she comes from a two-parent household, strong father, masculine male, takes care of the family. So she comes from a very good background, which is why we're compatible. We both have both of our parents together, nuclear families. The man does what he's supposed to do, right? So we have very similar values when it comes to that. She's met my parents on several occasions. They love her. So.
In that scenario where you've got, let's say, two wives, right?
Yeah.
But would you also have like a rotation outside of that?
Oh man, I don't know if I'd be able to do it at that point. I don't know. I'm like really tired of these girls. So like, you know.
But in theory, that's something you think, like Elon Musk say. They always say he's the sort of template for how it's supposed to be for a Superman.
But also, I wouldn't want to be in a situation.
Do you agree with that though? Is that how you see it? That like ideally you'd have like 10 and they'd all and have children with all of them?
I don't know if I'd go that far, and especially with some of these girls like going crazy, like the Ashley St. Clair stuff, where like he's not even claiming that kid and she's suing him. Like, no, man, that's a nightmare.
That's some people in this part of the culture, right, who are advocates for the idea of like the one.
Man, this nigga dumb.
Yeah, so they wanted him. This is what he was trying to clip out because he obviously doesn't want to look bad because it's manipulative.
They clipped it. He was basically saying that he wants multiples, but he wants a family structure with them. Now, while that's not the life for me, there are millions of people around the world that have that life. However, it sounds like she wasn't down with that life. Enzo, what's your thoughts now that you've seen the whole clip? Now that you've seen I have another clip of the girlfriend, but before I play it, what do you think about everything you saw and your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna pull a Kamal real quick. I'm gonna mind my damn business. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mind my damn business. You know how I feel about the camel piss drinking Myron Gaines. I had to. Myron's just a clown. Of course he gonna be crashing out about anything that make him look bad. We all know that he left her for a dude. It's okay. And he probably sleeping with him right now watching this shit.
But it's okay because me and Enzo love gay people.
Hold on.
Sure,
guys, shout out to Bernsey. This is the fan I was telling you about. Bernsey's here. Bernsey. I said nice things about Myron. I can't control my team. I said he was nice to me. His pants were tight, but that's okay. Anyways.
Myron a clown.
Can I say something?
I didn't say anything mean.
Go ahead.
Can I say, you're not making this shit no better. You niggas fuck out of here, bro. You're making it worse. You're making it worse. What? Mr. Alpha Male? Come on, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is the game right here, right? She didn't think about it because, first of all, Myron Gaines, he don't get no other girls. He done tried to hook up with other OnlyFans on his show, and they exposed him. So he ain't getting no other women. So she ain't thinking about the shit because it's like, well, it ain't no threatening anyway. I don't see nothing in his phone. He ain't getting no other bras or nothing like that. So that's what it was. And then he exposed the question. And Myron's so goddamn dumb. He out here, yeah, if the possibility, if I get another girl to have another wife, I might do it. But as of now, I don't know. I want to be a family man. You dumb motherfucker. You not even getting women anyway. Stick with who you got. Now you got left with left. She went to a nigga that rollerblade in rainbow shirts, bruh.
I'm gonna play that clip next, Kamal, but she's not with him. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna play the exclusive clip when you're done speaking. There's an exclusive clip by her. She now has a TikTok, and she put a lot of videos out today.
Oh, she a TikTok now? She content creating like a mug, huh? Okay.
Content creating. Yeah. All right. I'll play her. This is what she had to say. This is an exclusive clip, guys. So if you didn't like the live, please like it. Here we go.
Happy to have her. What do you say about that?
I don't know. Hello, that's me. This is Angie. I'm finally coming out of my shell of social media. I probably will be posting more on TikTok. I just want to leave this behind, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I want to leave the past in the past. But this documentary just came out, and I received a lot of messages from people just concerned about my well-being, and a lot of opinions and a lot of things going on right now. So I want to address a few things. First of all, I never wanted to be part of any documentary whatsoever. I was never told or asked to be in a documentary until the moment of. I was stupid enough to not read a contract before signing it, and that's how I ended in that documentary. So I did beg the producers on email thousands of times to take me out of the documentary, but that didn't happen. And here we are. It is what it is. Never wanted to be part of it. Anyways, I already been through a lot. I already went through therapy. I already heard the zillion pep talks that my friends and family had to say. And I know everybody has an opinion. I know everybody has something to say. But this is my life. And honestly, as of right now, I couldn't be more grateful for it. I am so blessed, and I am so thankful to say that I am in a new relationship where I don't have to worry about any of this, and that I met this amazing man who cares for me, who makes me feel so special, makes me so happy, and I couldn't be more grateful for him. I can finally say that I can see a future with somebody, and I'm so grateful that he can see a future with me. So also, before you go there, it's no any rollerblading guy or anything like that. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I never cheated on anybody. that doesn't really align with my values. I know you have loved me too, but that never happened. I don't want the past to get into this. So right now, I'm so happy. And honestly, I'm so thankful for all the experiences that I lived, every lesson that I learned, and everything that I've been through, because without any of it, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. Thanks to every one of you that critique me, that has said something about it, because I do go through every comment, I do go through every DM and every video and every post, and I can't say it doesn't affect me. It does affect me, but at the end of the day, I believe in who I am and who my parents raised, and honestly, I'm so thankful for every lesson. So thank you for everything. So it is what it is. This will probably won't be the last of me, because I probably will be posting more videos on my TikTok, but I just want to leave that behind. Thank you.
Bernsey, thank you. Wait, hold on. I gotta say thank you.
Okay.
Bernsey,
Yeah.
thank you. Whatever you can do. Myron's brother, we want you to come on. I don't really know if I want Myron, because Myron's too big for us. But Myron's brother, come get some talking experience on a team. It'll be a nice experience, right, Enzo? You'll treat him nice. So thank you, Bernsey. Huh?
I want to talk to Myron.
Oh, you want? Okay, Bernsey.
I would love to have a conversation with Myron. I'm
Myron
not gonna
has
lie.
my business card. So come on, Myron. We went up to you. We asked, could you come on? You've been on Friends of our podcast, so you can come on ours. But this is really sad, guys. I mean, Kamal, whatever comments you FBAs probably sent to her must have got through to her. She now living her best life.
No, it didn't. We told her, hey, fuck with a Black American if you really want to piss off Myron Gaines. You feel me? Nah, you know what? Myron Gaines got played. She got her green card out that nigga and was like, now I could be next to the white man I always wanted to be. He white adjacent. She got next to who she really wanted to be with. God damn. She was just waiting like, I know he gonna say something stupid. And watch. Dumbass said something stupid. Yeah, Ray FBA. I can actually see a future with him. She didn't see shit with Myron Gaines. God damn. Myron, bruh. Pathetic.
I don't even know what to say on this. Poor Myron. Poor Myron. This is the final clip we'll watch, and then we'll do closing thoughts.
Bernsey a rider. He out here.
Okay, I'll read it from the beginning again. Hi, Angie. I'm very happy to talk to you through your small appearance in the documentary. However, if you don't want to pass on your cell number, it's worth me clarifying that you appear for just 2 minutes in the 90-minute film. As you chat about in Miami, Myron is just one of 4 main contributors across the documentary, so he is not the sole focus. The film will drop on Netflix on March 11 next week. I also have attached 2 helpful documents about your online and social media use. They are definitely worth reading, as I offer useful advice on maintaining safety and privacy online for when the film is broadcast. Kind regards. And that's Ollie. You know what she had told them? Guys, I don't want to be in the documentary. So what does he do? He tries to get her number to talk to her. I told her, Angie, don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. I warned her, don't talk to them. They're going to try to fucking get some more clips of you or whatever shit, and they're going to make it worse. She hit me back and she said, you're right. I told her.
In the chat.
And I want to say, when this was filmed, they were on a break, because Myron even admits that they were broken up for some time. She was still assisting him with things. I don't know. Come on, what's your final thoughts on this before we go to closing thoughts? Because I know I do this topic for you.
And my final thoughts, man. Niggas get played every day, B. And we just saw another sucker get played. King sucker. God damn, look at the crooked hairline. It's always these niggas with these weak ass hairlines that get played like a fucking fiddle. Damn. King of the goddamn incels, man. This is pathetic, man. You should have took some notes from TikkyTokky, bruh. You feel me? At least he's standing on business. He out here standing on business, man.
The white guy was my favorite, because he had a wife. They was having their threesomes. He had his little kids. He had his house.
The white guy grifted them incels perfectly. He was like, you know what? I got all my money out of y'all. Now I'm going to go with my wife, with my 3 kids in our cabin. We're going to live good off the grid. You feel me? Myron Gaines, this is pathetic, bruh. This is a total opposite of what you preach to your audience, bruh. And to the OnlyFans chick that you have on your shows. because you most definitely don't have nothing else but OnlyFans chicks on there, man. You feel me? Bro, and for Ernsey, if you really saying they still co-parenting the dog, I think you should stop telling that to people, because that make the nigga look even weaker. God damn, what type of dog is it? Is it a poodle? Nigga, he co-parenting a poodle. Mr. Alpha Man. Okay, bruh. Shit. Oh, and here we go. 2 coons in the pod. Anton Daniels. He another coon too. He dealing with some shit, but we gonna say that for another time. God damn, pathetic, man. That's why he didn't want that shit on the Netflix documentary, man. This is just sad, bruh. But oh well, fuck him. Fuck him. The way he talk about my lineage. Hey, go ride on your golden camel, nigga. You can find somebody else. You'll be all right, bruh.
Oh Lord. Okay, we're gonna start
The
with
audacity from Myron calling himself fresh, and all he wears that busted ass.
No, he's not fresh. He's
hoodie.
fit. He's fit.
He's fit.
Yeah, fresh is the other guy.
Here, that's Myron. He built like that.
Fit. He's fit.
How you fit?
He's fit. Fresh.
How you fit when you look like
guy.
that? I don't know why I thought he was fresh. I don't know why. Anyway,
they're fresh and fit, and he's the fit.
It's fed and fresh now.
Fed and fresh is crazy.
Fresh and fed.
Oh my goodness.
This shit wild.
Hey, real talk, we probably got a better chance getting Walter on here than fucking Myron brother on here.
Who's Walter?
Walter is fresh. That's the brother name.
Oh, Walter Fresh. Yeah, Fresh. Yeah. If you see this, come on. They say you be struggling to get views on your show. We probably break you sometimes.
Kamal, what did he say about your lineage?
What he say about us? He call us niggers, monkeys. Say we don't deserve reparations.
Chimping out.
Say chimping out. He done call us all types of shit with his Sudanese ass, and we always ask this ugly motherfucker. Why are they washing themselves in piss water in Sudan, bro? You got all this money. Build on some damn bathrooms. You Mr. Alpha Man. Help with your lineage. But yeah, he been on the Piers Morgan show with the nigga gun to Mark Lamont Hill. He done did a lot of shit, Kim. I'm telling you. Another thing. There you go. Boom. Ku Klux Klan stuff.
You're saying some stupid fucking shit right now. I'm literally in the middle of a gym calling your dumb ass a nigger as I'm working out because you are. You're a fucking stupid fucking idiot. Fried chicken, watermelon with fucking salt, running around with fucking guns, doing dumb shit. Like you came in here on some tough guy shit off rip, like a typical fucking black person instead of actually making arguments. God. You're an embarrassment. You're an idiot. You make a bunch of stereotypical things. Yo, aren't you from the Sudan? Can't even pronounce it right because in your fucking culture, pronouncing it correctly or use correct English is considered coonery because you're fucking low IQ.
Wild word.
You probably wear Gucci. You probably wear designer.
Do you guys also want Myron?
And you're probably poor. And you're probably stupid on top.
To be honest, I don't really care to talk to Myron because I already know it's Steve's. This nigga a broken record at the end of the day. So.
I would be open to Myron. Raise your hand if you're open to have Myron come talk to us. Oh damn! Gray didn't raise his hand.
We know.
Sorry,
his
Paul,
shit.
you voted off the island.
Gray, you didn't raise your hand.
He raised his hand after. He got peer pressure because it was what 3 to 2.
Yeah, so
he's like, man,
Bernie,
I'm gonna jump on this.
If you can get Myron to come on, I would be open to talking to Myron. You can bring him on to ask him about a Tuesday night when his friends there are Andre.
Hold on. Those two at the same time? Hell no, I can't do both at the same
Kamal
time.
said that he doesn't want to talk to Myron.
No, I don't care.
It would have to be a Tuesday, Thursday night because Myron does his streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday with Fresh. So, all right, we're gonna start with closing thoughts. Ladies first. Kimberly, what's your closing thoughts on the show tonight? Or do you need a moment?
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna recommend this book. It's really small. It's super cute. It's so easy to read, but it talks about the history of NATO, which Enzo was mostly right on until like the very end. But it explains the war in Serbia right here, and NATO basically is just an extension of the U.S. military. It just funnels money. It launders money through weapons and destruction all throughout the world. There's no actual use for NATO because it should have disbanded after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. The reason why they didn't disband, but rather expanded NATO after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 is because war is profitable. They won't let that gravy train down. That's why we're in the war in Iran right now. That's why we're trying to start wars all over the freaking world. But NATO's a start. If we get the abolition of NATO out of this, that would be a win. That would be really great. But I highly recommend this book. It's by Medea Benjamin and David Swanson. Again, it's really cute, easy to read. But yeah, you guys need to teach me more about this, like, reality online stuff. If that guy really is a relationship expert, I would love to ask him some questions. Just to like pick his brain. That sounds fun. But it was a fun night. And Enzo surprised me. Abolish NATO. Yeah, love that. Have a good night. Thank you all.
Look at you guys agreeing on something. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
Nah, keep NATO now. I'm not agreeing.
Abolish ICE.
No. No, yeah. We need to get the fuck out of NATO. We need to get out of the United Nations. We need to abolish all these stupid alliances that we have that are not benefiting the United States. This was a test that Donald Trump did, and I'm happy that he did it because, again, like I said before about NATO, this is something that I've been talking about since my teenage years, that America should be out of all these alliances that are not benefiting the United States, and we should be in alliances that will benefit the United States directly, not when it's convenient. That being said, yeah. That's really all I got tonight, to be honest with you. Myron Gaines is a joke. The Manosphere is dying. Piers Morgan is the political Jerry Springer. And everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, and come back Sunday night. You're going to see a debate of the year, of the century. Are you coming?
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right. Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
Yo, this was a great episode. You feel me? Y'all go follow the people on stage. Enzo got his own TikTok and does his own lives. You know, Kimberly got her own Instagram. Go follow her. Follow the new party. Also, hit that notification bell on YouTube when you know when they go live. They do this Monday through Thursday, and also have debates on Sunday, depending on if the person comes or not. You know who we talking about? Today, NATO, I learned a little bit more about them, of how most of the time they don't do shit. I don't know the acronyms of NATO, but I'm just going to make up some shit. Not always their organization. It's like, God damn. Here or there. You feel me? We gonna help y'all when we feel like it. And it did sound like Trump punked their ass to be like, all right, now, if y'all don't help us, we going to whoop your ass like Venezuela. All right. But also, you can't really trust somebody like a Netanyahu, because this nigga changed his name. I can't trust somebody that changed their name so it could be easier for us Americans to pronounce it. Did y'all know that?
Yes, that's his Israeli name. He's Polish. I forgot his Polish name.
Yeah, he was like, I changed it for the Americans so they could pronounce it better. All right, bro. With the Manosphere shit, you feel me? Yeah, it's dying. It's damn near the vultures are rolling over or flying over the caucus of the Manosphere. It's done. Donezo. Y'all niggas is all coming over to political content. Have y'all noticed that? Every last one of them is coming over to political and current events content. You feel me? Piers Morgan, Enzo, you right, bro. He's the political Jerry Springer. He's most definitely that. And I agree with you, Ken. Finally, he got his ass handed to him. You feel me? He messy as hell. He always be instigating, saying little shit. And for real, he a British hunky, man. He mad anti-black. He be hella slick with it, but I be catching his ass. You feel me? And last but not least, Ahmed Farhook. Boy, you looked like a goddamn plum ass fool. Man. Shout out to the Theo Looks, whatever the British bird name on Netflix. Man, you exposed. Yeah, he exposed Myron Gaines for the goddamn sucker he is, man. If y'all still giving, well, you can't give him super chats. The nigga demonetized. He can't get no goddamn cash apps, or well, he get cash apps, but no goddamn super chats and stuff like that. Man, bro, you are pathetic, man. And Bernsey, you made it no better. Talk about he co-parenting a dog. Wow. God damn, who wear the panties in that relationship? You feel me? This nigga most definitely probably he now he happy he out the relationship, so now he could shake his ass in that American thong or Sudanese thong, whichever one he prefer, to the white man he always wanted to be with. You feel me? At the end of the day, I don't really care to be on the stage with Myron Gaines because I know his steez. I know what he's gonna talk about. Niggas just gonna talk in circles to me. I wouldn't mind having his brother on here, or even like having Walter on here, aka Mr. Fresh. You feel me? At least they're gonna probably be a little bit more honest with the conversation. He gonna be on some horse shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm on the stage, bro, I'm gonna be on the horse shit too, because I know how this nigga is. He wanna be a troll. Well, I'm a troll with the best of them. You feel me? Good luck, Myron Gaines. Hopefully you get that white man in a wig that you really want and sell off in your goddamn golden camel. That's all I gotta say. Have a great weekend, chat. Appreciate y'all.
Have a great weekend.
I want to say that NATO didn't say they were going to help Trump. They condemned the attacks in the Strait of whatever it's called, Hamas. But as far as NATO, with breaking news that just dropped, Denmark planned to blow up Greenland runways if U.S. invaded. So that shows you how fragile NATO really is. But as far as a manosphere, as far as war, what I want to say is that with war, that's one of the easiest ways actually to get success in your life. So for you young men that are struggling, maybe you should join the military, because if you get away from your community, that way your life can be more successful. If you are on manosphere content or red pill content, the military is somewhere that you can be disciplined. And the third way to have success in life is to marry up. So for women, if you want to be more successful, go marry up. And for guys, go get out your community and marry up. And this is the way that you can use chaos and bring success to your life. Like we always say on a new party, always vote.
Always vote. I'm going to make it fast, guys. Thank you for watching. Please come back Sunday night. We have a great debate for you. It's going to be Andre versus Enzo. And we also have Mideast Peace. They're going to be on the pro-Israel side, and Andre will be on the anti-Israel side, explaining where the country's going. Are we America first or Israel first? What do we think about the direction of things? So definitely, please come back. This is going to be a great debate. Definitely come back next week. Check us out. If you're not already subscribing, give us a like. We talk politics and current events. Shout out to all of our fans that's been rocking with us. Thank you so much. And shout out to the new party team. God bless. Good night and stay safe, guys.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the new party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.